Yeah, you know, we always have to start with that. And we begin here in snack room.
Snack room.
And we move over to the big Chach.
What's up?
There we go.
Right.
And today, let's set it up.
We're going to set it up.
This is manufactured stars versus the stars whose abilities shine so brightly that you cannot help but see them explode, see them take their spot. They grab it, for lack of a better term.
All right, so
we'll get into the black bubble later.
For everybody that listen, let me just put a disclaimer in here. For everybody that was offended by my Real Housewives rant,
tell them too bad.
Get over it.
There you go.
Next, for my daughter, thank you for shouting out your pops. Thank you for having my back, boo. All right, anyway, so here we go. Big Chach riffing on manufactured stars versus, well, real stars. I don't know how else to put that.
There you go, real stars.
Now, before all of you Beyonce fans start tagging the video, calling me a hater and all this other stuff, the truth of the matter is, sans Beyonce's talent, she's manufactured.
Indeed.
I say this for multiple reasons. Number one, her father's her manager. He managed the group that she was a part of that subsequently became non-existent. There's always been a great machine behind Beyonce. Great machine. Promotions and all this stuff like that has always been a promotional kind of thing. I rest on this. You take that girl's voice and you put her in an average looking chick's body, she has no career. None.
You stand by that?
I stand by it. Because I know a lot of chicks that could blow. They ain't gonna ever have no career.
That's true.
Ever. Okay? So, and like I said, again, I'm not trying to discredit her in herself, but there's a manufacturing behind that.
But she is the example.
She's the example of a manufacturer. Now, we could dig off and this is probably going to swing out to a couple different directions as far as time, actual linear time is concerned, and genre. Okay. So let's look at let's go back a few decades.
Let's hit it.
Find a chick that can actually blow.
Okay.
Who, in all truthfulness, wasn't really she never was a sex symbol. She was pretty, but she wasn't no knockout. Miss Whitney Houston.
Okay.
Miss Whitney Houston hit the scene and blew the doors off the industry. Why? Because she could flat out sing. You look at Whitney's first album, she was like this thin. She was a pencil.
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't nothing sexy about Whitney. Wasn't no hips and none of that stuff. Whitney could just blow. There was the world had no choice. No choice whatsoever but to take notice of her. Now, what I'm saying, was she on Clive Davis? Was she on Arista or wherever she was? Yeah, I got you that. But no matter how big you are, you can't fake that kind of talent. You can't studio that kind of talent. And until her later years, no matter what stage she stepped on, here's case in point. Whitney Houston went platinum with the Star Spangled Banner. Who else does that? She sold 1 million copies. After her version at the Super Bowl, they actually sold 1 million copies of her version of the Star Spangled Banner.
I actually have that one.
The Green Hornet actually has that one.
How about that?
She took at best a mediocre, if not less than mediocre, song written by a famous country star who no one had even really heard of. Turned it into a mega hit. I mean, just cajillions of records sold. That's talent. You can't manufacture that.
Cannot manufacture
talent. You can't manufacture. This is the great difference, because see, manufactured talent, you have to keep, the machine has to keep rolling. You got to keep rolling and rolling. The machine has to keep trying to do different things with you to keep you moving. Natural talent, sometimes it has its course and then it goes away. No, I know Whitney's lifestyle probably helped in that process.
Yeah, she accelerated that.
At some point in time, her natural talent would have just it would have plateaued, and she would just be an icon. I.e. Patti LaBelle. She's an icon. She may not be able to blow quite the way she used to, but she's an icon. Ain't no machines behind that. And as far as people just bursting through because they have raw talent, let me just state this publicly.
State it.
Yay, Esperanza Spalding. Okay? Yay. Boo Bieber, boo Drake. All you Drake and Bieber fans.
Now, wait a minute. You know, since we go into the Grammys,
let's go to
sidebar, click. All right, now.
Sidebar.
There we go. Now, you know, I have to say, there was a group that came up at the Grammys that beat the odd makers, so to speak. A group called Arcade Fire.
Yeah, I saw that, but I didn't see the show because I hate award shows.
I don't like award shows. I actually didn't see. I just read the results.
Okay.
Now, that being the case, because I seen them perform, and they're pretty reasonable performers.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I enjoyed the performance on Saturday Night Live. Okay. But the odds makers again, who's the other guys? Eminem, Lady Gaga, the popular, almost reminiscent to me at least,
to you,
what the Oscars were last year with Avatar facing off against the Hurt Locker.
Okay,
you know,
the juggernaut
popular thing versus
the actual good movie.
Exactly. You know, have we gone back to where the talent is coming through?
Well, that's a good question, and I can only hope. Now, because I've never listened to a Justin Bieber song. I'm not a Bieber hater, so let's just get that straight. I just never listened to his stuff. He's 15. I got no business listening to his music no daggone way. Let's just start there. And we move on. But apparently he's a really talented kid. He plays the guitar and the drums, and I'm guessing the piano, and apparently he can dance. So apparently he's a very talented kid. Probably no more than Michael Jackson was in his day. But I move on. But for now when I say unknown because most of the world does not listen to jazz music. And number one, for an unknown person like Esperanza Spalding to beat out Drake and Bieber for Best New Artist of the Year, that is a huge coup. That was a freaking mutiny. Do you understand? That was like a slavery revolt at the Grammys, y'all.
Oh.
Esperanza to win.
Wow.
By the way, she is an absolute beast. She is
slavery
a monster. Do you hear me? This chick is so talented, it don't make no sense. So for her to have won proves to me that somebody's listening to real music somewhere. Somebody's appreciating people that actually sit down and have to actually use their hands to create an art. And I'm not saying necessarily pushing buttons ain't creating, but it's not the same as this chick playing upright double bass and singing. You see what I'm saying? This is the kind of stuff I'm talking about here. So then, that's not manufactured. She is what she is. And here's the reality of it. The real talent seems to have a shorter shelf life than the manufactured talent. Because the manufactured talent keeps trying to the machine keeps reinventing, keeps whatever's hot. That's what they give you as far as their person is concerned. The real talented people, they do what they do. And when you stop liking them, guess what? They still keep doing what they do. Record sales ain't their goal. It's like, I'm just trying to make good music. The real artists are trying to make good music. They're trying to make good movies or whatever it may be. You know, Hurt Locker's budget wasn't nowhere near Avatar's budget.
Oh, no.
But it was a phenomenal film. Why? Because it was real. I was like, that's good. Like, that was a great movie. And you know what happened? They did tie it up with a nice little bow at the end of the movie. That's real life. That's real life. So that's Big Chach riffing on manufactured versus real talent. And again, this is a post. No, I don't know how we're gonna do this. Ain't nobody saying
post Grammys, pre Oscars.
Ain't nobody saying Beyonce ain't got no talent. Okay, so don't start hating about you. Just a hater. She's phenomenal. Whatever. All I'm saying is that in the range of divas and the range of big voices that have ever graced the mic, where do you really put her? Really put her? I mean, let's be honest. Is she hot because everybody's telling you she's hot? Because she's Mrs. Carter? Now, she was hot before she was Mrs. Carter, so I give her that. But the truth of the matter is, are the people that are hot now hot because they're actual hot, or because the world is telling you they're hot?
Indeed.